Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Wind Rises. And this movie came out in 2013 and it's directed by Hayao Miyazaki. And I've seen everything he's directed from Castle in the Sky up until now, Boy and the Heron, including this movie. And I thought this movie was decent, it was solid. There were plenty of things to appreciate about the film. Obviously, it's very well shot. The animation looks beautiful. I like the music in this movie. Like things that I would expect from one of his movies, I still like in this movie. And I love the designs of everything. That's something that keeps me going through this movie. And this film is not as fantastical as some of his other movies. Most of the fantastical elements in this movie just take place in dream sequences, and they're pretty cool to see, but one thing that I will say about them is that they did kind of drag the pacing down a little bit after a while. Like in the first half, I was loving this movie. I was like, okay, if we stay this consistent throughout the entire film, then I'll probably wind up loving it. But unfortunately, it just kind of slips a little bit in the second half, and it is kind of one of those movies that gets a little bit worse as it goes along. Not consistently worse, like there's still good scenes in the second half, but all in all, I just left wanting more and was a bit unsatisfied with certain places that the story left off. And I was really enjoying the setups, and the main character I was with, I was behind him. I wanted to see where the story would go. It was very interesting to me, and the way his passion is explored was very clear, and I loved all that. And there was an earthquake scene in the first half that I thought was pretty great and well handled, and was honestly quite intense, just like visually speaking, and how characters behaved, and just it was communicated so well, and the pacing was pretty quick in the first half as well. That's also something that really helped it. But once we get into the second half of this movie, that's where things not to necessarily come to a grinding halt for me, but it just doesn't offer much, honestly. Everything just feels underdeveloped or rushed or just thrown in there and just try to have something of a story in there. And you can see little flashes of what could have been, but unfortunately it just doesn't really come together for me. It all just feels like different ideas that would work in other movies if it were properly developed more. And as I was watching this movie, I kind of realized this little thought, and that is the less I'm reminded of Miyazaki's other films, the more I like the movie that I'm currently watching. And that was the case for this movie in the first half, mostly. And the second half is where I was kind of starting to think of other things and just feeling like I've seen this before, and it was done better in his previous stuff. And sure, it's not like poorly done or like terrible in this film, but if you just want a better version of certain things that feel weak in this movie, then you just watch his previous movies, I feel. Except for Ponyo, I guess. Like, I didn't really care for the romance in this movie. I just didn't feel much from it. If it was consistent throughout the film, maybe I would enjoy it a lot more, but as is, it just felt rushed, and I didn't really care about that dynamic. It was just like another thing for our main character to have, and that's about it. And I like what the movie explores, and it does take place over a long period of time. And you do feel that in this movie, like our main character is like exploring everything. He wants to build a plane, and all of that stuff is great. I love that. And the male characters, not to sound sexist or anything, it's just that the male characters are more interesting to me than the female characters. Like, I just don't really care about them that much. Not saying like all the male characters in this movie are great, but generally speaking, that's how I feel in this movie. And that's about all I have to say about The Wind Rises. I do have some mixed feelings on this movie. Not entirely. I do like this movie overall. I left thinking that it was good. I'm happy that I watched it. I can see myself revisiting it at the very least, like a few times at least, and we'll see what else I get out of it upon multiple viewings. But I just wished it was better and more things were developed properly, and they were just given more time in the second half. Like, if they were just more consistent throughout the entire film, then I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But as is, it's just kind of underdeveloped and left a little bit unsatisfied with certain characters and plot lines. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. It's currently on Max. That's how I watched it. And I think it's good. Is it one of my favorite Miyazaki films? No, but it's good at the very least. So with all that being said, I'm going to give The Wind Rises a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of The Wind Rises, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Alto Knights. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.